You're listening to Crystal Clear English Podcast. Learn English the crystal clear way. Today, we're doing a deep dive into something I know loads of you think about. Really mastering English speaking. Especially when, you feel like you're kind of on your own with it.
Right.
It's a common thing, isn't it? You really want to practice, build that fluency, but maybe finding a speaking partner is tough, or fitting in a formal class just doesn't work with your schedule.
Exactly.
Well, think of this deep dive as your personal toolkit. We're going to unpack some really powerful, practical ways you can practice speaking English solo, methods that actually work.
That's spot on. And the main thing we want you to take away today is this: not having a speaking partner or not being in a class. It absolutely does not mean you can't seriously boost your English speaking skills.
Okay.
It's less about needing someone else and more about exercising those speaking muscles yourself, building them up independently.
Right, flexing those muscles.
Yeah. And our mission here really is to equip you with strategies that give you real, lasting improvement in your fluency, your pronunciation, and honestly, just your overall confidence using the language.
Yeah, that confidence piece is huge.
It really is. You don't need to wait for the perfect situation. You've actually got everything you need to start making big progress right now by yourself.
Okay, let's get into that, because I think for a lot of learners, the first thought is, but I need a partner. How else can I improve? And look, talking with someone is great, obviously, fantastic for learning. No one's arguing that.
Sure, absolutely valuable.
But the reality for so many people is that finding someone consistently, well, it's just not always possible. So if that's you, what's the real power of practicing alone? Is it, genuinely effective or just second best?
That's a really important question, and maybe one that's a bit misunderstood sometimes. Solo practice actually has some pretty unique benefits, things you don't always get even with a partner.
Oh, interesting. Like what?
Well, first off, there's just the unbeatable convenience. Think about it.
Oh.
You can practice literally anytime, anywhere, whenever the mood strikes.
Right. No scheduling needed.
Exactly. On your commute, during a coffee break, waiting in line, cooking dinner, even just before you fall asleep. It fits into any schedule because you're not coordinating with anyone. That alone removes a massive barrier, just the logistics of finding time.
Yeah, that flexibility is a total game changer. Makes being consistent actually seem possible.
It does, and that consistency, it feeds right into the second big plus. It's an amazing confidence builder.
How so?
Well, think about it. When you're alone, that fear of judgment, it just evaporates.
Ah, right. No one's listening.
Precisely. No one's there to critique your grammar or maybe misunderstand your accent or make you feel silly if you stumble over a word.
Yeah.
So it creates this really safe space, low stakes. You can experiment, make tons of mistakes, and build up that self-assurance without any outside pressure.
That makes so much sense. The pressure's off, so you can just try things, mess up, learn from it without feeling embarrassed. That's really freeing.
Totally freeing. And, that kind of uninhibited practice, trying out new words or complex sentences, it's often hard to do that when you're talking to someone else, especially early on.
You hold back a bit.
You do. So solo practice lets you take risks, which really speeds up learning. And that leads to the third advantage: personalized learning.
Okay. Tailor-made practice.
Exactly. When it's just you, you can zoom in laser sharp on your specific weak spots. You're not trying to keep up a conversation or follow someone else's topic.
Right.
You can spend real time on that grammar point that always trips you up, or tackle those tricky pronunciation sounds that are hard because of your first language, or really focus on the vocabulary you need.
So it's super efficient because it's all about your needs at that moment.
Hyper efficient. Unlike a chat where you might only touch on certain things, here you design the practice around your goals. Every minute counts. You're basically your own personal language coach.
Your own coach, targeting exactly what you need. I like that.
And then there's the final piece, which is maybe a bit deeper. It's fantastic for brain training.
Okay. How does that work?
This is about the cognitive side. Practicing alone gets your brain used to forming sentences on the fly, organizing your thoughts spontaneously, and, crucially, self-correcting as you go.
Ah, thinking in English, essentially.
Yes. You're not just recalling stuff you memorized. You're actively creating, processing, refining the language in real time. It's active mental work.
Right.
It strengthens those connections between thinking, finding the words, and actually saying them coherently and quickly. It's like a mental workout that builds speed and accuracy for real conversations.
Wow. Okay, so practicing alone isn't just a plan B. It's actually a really powerful strategy with its own unique strengths, almost like a secret weapon.
You could definitely see it that way.
So let's get into the nitty-gritty then. What are these core strategies for really exercising those English-speaking muscles? Method 1 sounds intriguing. Shadowing. Mimicking the masters, you called it.
Yes, shadowing, or mimicking, or listen and repeat. It goes by a few names, but it's incredibly powerful for how your brain processes and produces sounds.
Okay, break it down for us. How does it work?
So the basic idea is you listen closely to a native speaker. Could be a video clip, an audio recording, dialogue from a movie, a TV show, whatever. Then, and this is key, you pause it, maybe rewind a bit if you need to, and you repeat exactly what you just heard.
Okay, like being an echo.
Kind of, but a very precise echo. The focus isn't just on saying the words. It's about copying everything.
Yeah.
The intonation, the rise and fall of their voice, the melody.
Okay, the musicality.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's specific pronunciation of sounds and the overall rhythm of how they speak.
So it's much deeper than just repeating words. You're trying to capture the whole sound profile.
That's it perfectly. You can even pick a speaker whose voice or accent you really like, someone you want to sound more like.
Oh, okay. Find a model.
Yeah. Listen to how they structure things, how their voice goes up for a question, down for a statement. Those subtle things. Shadowing helps you internalize them. Makes your English sound much more natural, less flat.
Right, less robotic.
Exactly. It's almost like you're engraving the sound patterns onto your brain. It helps bypass that step where you translate everything in your head, which really slows down fluency.
That translation habit is so hard to break.
It is. Shadowing helps build that muscle memory, not just in your mouth, but in your brain, for how native English actually sounds and feels.
That sounds incredibly effective, almost like absorbing the language through sound. Okay, method number 2 seems simpler on the surface, but you said it's profoundly effective. Reading out loud and direct self-talk, using your own voice.
It does seem simple, doesn't it? But don't underestimate it. Let's start with reading aloud.
Okay.
Just grab anything written in a book, an article online, a short story, even just a paragraph, and read it out loud.
So just vocalizing the text, what's the magic there?
Well, several things. First, it forces you to pay attention to the language structure differently than silent reading. You naturally slow down. And you might notice the grammar more, like, oh, that's past tense, or why that preposition there. It helps reinforce correct forms.
Okay, so it's active grammar practice almost.
In a way, yes. And second, it's literally exercising your speaking muscles, your tongue, lips, vocal cords. You're making them produce coherent, correct English sentences, assuming the text is well written.
Right, building that physical coordination for speaking.
Exactly. It's physical practice for the mechanics of it. Then there's the other part, speaking to yourself, direct self-talk.
Okay, talking to myself. Tell me more.
This is about consciously narrating your actions, thoughts, or surroundings out loud.
Give me an example.
Sure, like when you're making coffee. Okay, I'm making coffee now, putting the water in, adding the coffee grounds. Right, press the button. After this, I think I'll check my email.
Ah, okay. Just verbalizing the mundane.
Exactly. Or getting ready. I woke up at 7, brushing my teeth. Now, what should I wear today? It makes English part of your immediate reality.
Right.
You're not just practicing abstractly. You're living in the language, forcing your brain to connect what you're doing and seeing directly to spoken English. It makes everyday moments into mini lessons.
I like that. Turning everyday life into practice. It feels less like homework that way.
Definitely. It becomes more natural, more integrated.
Okay, that brings us to method 3, which sounds fascinating. Visualizing and inner monologuing. Using your imagination.
Yes, this one is really transformative, tapping into the power of your mind. It's about creating practice scenarios internally. Let's start with visualizing situations.
Okay, mental rehearsals.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
You actively imagine real-life situations where you'd use English. Picture yourself ordering that coffee. Hi, could I get a large latte with oat milk, please? Or making an appointment. Yes, I'd like to book an appointment for next Tuesday afternoon, if possible. Or checking into a hotel. Hello, I have a reservation for 2 nights under the name Smith.
Right, practical everyday stuff.
Exactly. Even short sentences like these are great practice. They force you to recall and use those useful phrases. It might feel a bit weird at first, talking in your head like that.
Yeah, maybe a little silly.
A little. But like any habit, you get used to it. Consistency makes it feel totally normal.
Okay, so what stands out to you about these imaginative approaches? Have you ever, talk to your walls in English like this, maybe without even realizing it?
Oh, absolutely. And that leads us nicely into the deeper level.
Yeah.
Inner monologuing. This is often called the polyglot secret because so many successful language learners swear by it.
The polyglot secret. Okay, intrigued. What is it?
It takes visualization further You consciously narrate your life, your thoughts, your observations, either silently in your head or, even better, quietly out loud all day long.
Narrate your life. Like you're the main character in a movie.
Exactly like that. Pretend you're writing your story in real time in English. Like, okay, I'm walking to the kitchen now. What should I have for breakfast? Maybe toast. Let's see if we have bread.
Wow.
Yes. Putting the bread in the toaster. Waiting. Pop. Okay, butter or jam. Decisions. You're describing actions, surroundings, feelings, naturally weaving English into your thought process.
That sounds incredibly immersive. You're basically living in English inside your head.
That's the goal. And you can take it further, have conversations with yourself.
Okay, like arguing with myself.
Sort of. Imagine two sides of you debating something in English. Maybe one side wants to go out, the other wants to stay in. Have the full argument.
Okay.
It helps you explore different viewpoints, use different vocabulary, practice disagreeing politely, all internally. Or you can intensely describe your surroundings.
How so?
Look out the window. Mentally describe everything you see in detail. Okay, there's a tall green tree, leaves are rustling a bit, a red car just drove past, looks like Mrs. Jones is watering her flowers. As if explaining it to someone who's never seen it.
Really detailed observation practice.
Yes, it activates all that descriptive language. And finally, ask yourself questions.
Just random questions.
Yep. Throughout the day, why am I feeling a bit stressed right now? What would I do if I had an extra hour today? How would I explain my job to a child?
Okay.
This trains your brain to form thoughts and answers directly in English without translating. That's the real power here. No apps, no books, just your brain. The goal is to start thinking in English naturally.
That's the dream, isn't it? Thinking directly in the language.
It's when true fluency really clicks. And people like Cato Lam, the famous polyglot, use this method extensively. It's proven. It turns your mind into a constant practice field.
Wow. Okay, if you're finding these strategies are lighting the way for you, definitely stick around. Make sure you follow and subscribe to the Crystal Clear English podcast for more insights like these. Now, Method 4 brings in emotion and culture. Performance and emotion, using songs, poems, monologues.
Yes, this one connects language to feeling and rhythm, which is super helpful. Let's start with singing English songs.
Always a popular one.
It is. So many people connect with English through music. The key is to do it actively.
Yeah.
Choose a song you really love. Study the lyrics, understand them, memorize them, and then sing it out loud with feeling.
Don't just mumble along.
Exactly. Belt it out. The benefits. You're practicing speaking, rhythm, pronunciation, and singing. Plus, it's fun.
And the cultural immersion part?
Well, music's such a huge part of culture, right? Learning songs connects you to that. You learn idioms, expressions, cultural references. You're kind of living the language through the music. Makes it stick better.
Yeah, songs get stuck in your head so easily. What about practicing poems and monologues? Sounds a bit theatrical.
It can be, but it's not just for actors. Think about famous movie lines or speeches. You can find transcripts online.
Like that Liam Neeson speech from Taken.
Exactly. I don't know who you are. Memorize lines like that. As you say them, you're not just saying words. You're copying the intonation, the pauses, the emotion.
Right, the delivery.
Yes. And you're practicing specific grammar, too, like, I don't have money. Practicing present, simple, naturally. It helps you speak with more expression, more dynamically, less flat.
Okay, I can see that. Embodying the language. And poetry.
Poetry, even older stuff like Pose the Raven, can be amazing. It pushes you with complex sentences, richer vocabulary, and really mastering emotional delivery. It's a fantastic challenge.
Powerful stuff. We've covered some amazing ground already. Shadowing, talking to yourself, visualizing, performing. Lots of tools there.
Definitely.
Okay, let's move to the next one, Method 5. And I have a feeling this one is, well, maybe the most impactful for seeing real, measurable progress. The Speak and Analyze method. Your personal diagnostic tool.
Yes. This one is, I agree, incredibly transformative. It's about getting concrete feedback on your own speaking.
Right. Holding up a mirror.
Exactly. The core idea is simple. You force yourself to speak spontaneously, and then you become your own analyst, critiquing your performance to improve.
Okay. Sounds intense but effective. Walk us through the steps.
Right. Step 1, pick a topic. Keep it simple, especially at first. What did you do today? Describe your bedroom. What's happening outside? The topic isn't the main thing.
The goal is just speaking.
Yes, getting your brain to form sentences on the spot. Step 2, record yourself.
The scary part.
It could feel that way, but it's absolutely crucial. Your brain tricks you. You think you sound okay, but the recording reveals the truth. The pauses, the grammar slips, the pronunciation issues, it's essential data.
Okay, gotta face the music. What's next?
Step 3. Speak nonstop for 5 minutes. Set a timer. 5 minutes feels long initially. And the rule is, keep talking. No long pauses to think.
Nonstop, even if I run out of things to say.
Even if it feels like nonsense, if you get stuck on a word, describe it. Say, make a noise, but keep going. Push past the hesitation. It builds fluency under pressure.
Wow, okay, that sounds challenging, powerful, like fluency boot camp.
It kind of is. Step 4, transcribe what you said. Write it all down. Every mistake, every broken sentence, or use an AI tool, but get an accurate written version.
Okay, so now I have a script of my own speech, warts and all.
Exactly. And step 5, analyze and improve. This is where the magic happens. You put on your analyst hat.
What am I looking for?
Look for patterns. Frequent pauses or filler words like, note them down. Broken sentences. Rewrite them correctly. Consistent grammar mistakes. Identify them verb tenses, prepositions, articles.
Finding my specific recurring errors.
Precisely. Repetitive vocabulary. If you keep saying good, find synonyms excellent, fantastic, beneficial. Plan to use them next time.
So it's a detailed self-correction process based on actual evidence.
It's your personalized diagnostic test. You see exactly where you need to focus. Do this regularly, daily, every other day, and your fluency and accuracy can skyrocket in weeks. It trains spontaneous speech, organizing thoughts, and self-correction all at once.
That sounds incredibly effective. A direct path to improvement based on your own output. Okay, these methods are clearly powerful, but let's be honest, why do so many learners kind of avoid them? They often look for easier fixes, right? Shy away from the awkwardness.
That's a great point, and it really gets to the heart of why progress sometimes stalls. The truth is, fluency doesn't come from knowing grammar rules or vocabulary lists.
Right.
It comes from actually using the language, speaking it. Many people learn about English, but avoid the act of speaking.
So if you never speak,
Your mouth doesn't get the practice. Your tongue, lips, they need the workout to form, sound smoothly. It's physical, like playing an instrument. You can't just read the music.
you have to actually play it. Makes sense.
And mentally, too. If you never struggle a bit, never push yourself to find the words, your brain doesn't learn to think quickly in English, those little struggles, they're essential training.
Not failures, but training moments.
Exactly. And if you wait for the perfect moment to practice the perfect partner, the perfect quiet room well, that moment might never come consistently. You end up waiting forever.
That waiting game is definitely a trap.
It is. Which brings us to embracing the awkwardness.
Okay.
Let's face it, talking to yourself,
Right.
recording your voice, it feels weird at first, maybe even embarrassing.
Totally. Cringing when you hear your own recording back.
We've all been there. But here's the key. That awkwardness, it's not a bad sign. It's a sign you're pushing your boundaries.
A sign of progress, not failure.
Precisely. It means you're stepping out of your comfort zone, facing your challenges head on. And that initial discomfort, it fades with practice. It transforms into confidence. You just have to push through it.
So the message is really, you don't need to wait for anyone else. You have what it takes.
Absolutely. You are enough. You don't need a partner, a tutor, a perfect setting. You just need you. Showing up, doing the work, speaking out loud, even when it feels weird. That's the difference between knowing English and speaking English.
Right.
The power is yours.
That's incredibly empowering. Okay, this has been so practical, but for listeners thinking, how do I fit this into my crazy, busy life? Give us some concrete examples. How can people weave this into their day?
Great question. It's about small, consistent habits. Micro-practice. Here's a possible routine, totally flexible, of course.
Okay, lay it on us.
Morning. As you're getting ready, just narrate a few things. Okay, woke up at 7 V's today. Feeling a bit tired. Need coffee. Simple sentences. Gets the engine started.
Nice and easy start.
Afternoon. Maybe during a break, 5 minutes of mirror speaking. Introduce yourself. Talk about your day. Or do a quick shadowing session with a short audio clip you like. Evening. Wind down with a 1-minute recording about your day. Today was busy. Had a meeting. Felt good about it. Then listen back. Critically, but kindly.
And the key part.
Identify just 3 things to focus on improving tomorrow. Maybe 1 pronunciation point, 1 grammar slip, 1 word you wanted but couldn't find. Keeps it manageable and targeted.
I love that 3 things idea. Makes self-analysis less daunting, more actionable. Okay, any general tips for sticking with it? Consistency is always the hard part.
Consistency is everything. So first, set daily goals. Even 10 minutes counts. Make it non-negotiable. Short, regular practice beats long, infrequent sessions every time.
Build the habit.
Exactly. Second, Use technology as an aid, not the core. Google translates voice input for pronunciation checks. Sure, AI chatbots for quick practice. Okay, but they complement your own speaking practice. They don't replace it. Your voice doing the work is key.
Right, tech is a tool, not the whole solution.
Precisely. And finally, maybe the most important tip. Don't fear mistakes.
Embrace the errors.
Yes, especially practicing alone. Mistakes are gold. They show you exactly where you need to improve. When you spot them and fix them, like with the Speak and Analyze method, you learn incredibly fast. They're stepping stones, not roadblocks.
Fantastic advice. This whole deep dive has been packed with practical, powerful strategies anyone can use, really demystifying solo practice.
That's the aim. Building fluency, improving pronunciation, boosting vocabulary. It's all achievable through dedicated solo effort. The tools are right there within you. Your voice is the key.
So our message to you is, take these strategies, actually put them into practice consistently, and you will see your English speaking confidence soar. And hey, don't forget to follow and subscribe to the Crystal Clear English podcast for more amazing insights and practical tips. Thank you so much for listening to the Crystal Clear English podcast. And as we sign off today, here's something to think about. Learning another language is like becoming another person.